Hello and welcome to another edition of the PHNX D-backs podcast. My name is Derek Makayla, occasionally known as the mayor of PHNX, and I'm here with Makayla Perkins, occasionally known as, I don't know, deputy mayor / communication director.
Communication director.
We're giving her a lot of titles. She wears a lot of hats around here. But of course, we thank you guys so much for joining us. This show is brought to you by the fine folks at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Get down on the NBA Finals action. And as a new customer, you can bet, make any $5 bet on the NBA, and you will get $150 in free bets instantly. We thank you guys so much for joining us. Arizona Diamondbacks lose the final game of their 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves by quite a big margin, 6-0, but
not as bad as the Rockies, though.
This
is a positive show.
That's a good way to look at it.
I think we're just gonna ignore that game. It was actually a 2-series game. The Diamondbacks swept the Braves.
I like it
in 2 games.
I mean, if that's how you want to look at it, that's fine. I'm not going to ignore what happened, but I will say that the Diamondbacks did win the series against the Braves, and that's big because that's the first time they've won a series against Atlanta at Chase Field since 2017. It's like the Cubs, right? It was really weird that they hadn't won a series, still haven't won a series at Chase Field against the Cubs since like 2015. But there was lots of positives, weird altercations with the umpires, the comeback victory.
I have some thoughts to share about that.
Yeah, she really does.
I'm really excited to talk about that later.
The biggest thing here is that the Arizona Diamondbacks walk away with the 2-1 series victory. They wrapped up May nicely, which we'll talk about shortly. But yesterday's comeback win was a whole lot of fun. Cooper Hummel gets his first walk-off hit ever in his career. Little League, anything. Coop, he's a great guy, by the way. We're going to actually have Cooper on the show here probably on Sunday.
Breaking news?
Yeah, breaking news. Exciting news. But a big part of yesterday's comeback win. I felt like yesterday's win was the kind of win that makes you once again believe that this team can win at any time. I felt that today when they were down 2-0. 2-0 seemed like nothing. It seemed like an effortless comeback for this team and what they've been able to do this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. I think it was especially important for them to win this series coming off the series sweep from the Dodgers. So the fact that they were able to beat the Braves in the series and take 2 of 3 was huge. But also, like you said, yesterday's game really is a testament that this team is competitive. They're not ever completely out of it unless they're like down 14-0 like they were to the Dodgers.
Unless they played the Dodgers. Unless they play the
Dodgers, this team actually, you know what? I like that. Unless they play the Dodgers, this team is competitive.
There you go.
And they really do have a chance to win. Like they keep themselves in the games. And, I really thought yesterday was a testament to that. And seeing Coop get his first ever walk off was really cool. His interview during the post-game show was awesome. He was so excited. He was literally shaking. You could hear him. You could see him shaking visibly on the post-game show. So super happy for Coop. Overall, the first 2 games of the series, I was really impressed by, especially Zac Gallen's performance out on the mound. So I'm happy. And
you're not lying, by the way. 2-9 against the Dodgers this season, but without that, they are 23-18. So not bad at all if you take away that, and that includes today's loss. So
not bad at all, Derek Montilla.
I'm not, and that's the weirdest thing about this team is it kind of bounces back and forth between who they are, if we're going to see them slide back into the losing ways of 2021. And I feel like we're kind of safely out of feeling like this team is the same team as last year.
Yeah.
I say that because, like you said, they bounced back so nicely from the 4-game sweep. That's something that I wanted to see out of them. There's kind of been like these little tests. They failed the test against the Dodgers to see if they could back up that first kind of series win that they had where they went 2-1 against the Dodgers. But, they've been swept now in 2 4-game series by the Dodgers and got put back in their place as far as the National League West is concerned.
Yeah.
The fact, though, that they've been able to bounce back from those games and still rattle off some wins, in this case, a big series win against a team that they not only haven't been able to do that against since 2017, but let's give respect where respect is due. It's the reigning champs, right? It's good to beat the reigning champs, even if they're not the same team that they were last season.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you beat the reigning champs, you'll absolutely take it. I will say too, another thing that I was happy with was, aside from today, but I feel like I'm just, like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm just ignoring that today happened. It was only a 2-game series, and that's what I'm focusing on. Aside from the day, the bullpen looked really, really good in those first 2 games too, which I was really happy with. I think the bullpen is starting to level out a little bit, which is good. Did you know that, Derek, I have a question for you. Did you know that there was someone named Paul Fry?
There is a guy named Paul Fry. He was just recalled today.
I missed that because I looked up at the TV and I saw Fry on the mound, and I was like, who the fuck is that?
Guys, new shirt idea.
Yeah.
Instead of beer, we can have a fry.
Oh man, can we have both of them on the same shirt?
Fries and beer.
Fries and beer.
Fries and beer. Beer and fries.
It writes itself. It's a buddy comedy waiting to happen. Really, it is.
But besides today, again, I'm not even including today in my conversation. I was really happy with the bullpen too. So there are some really good things to be happy about. And like you said, whenever you beat the reigning champ, it's always a good day. So I'll take it.
It's always a good day. I mean, and again, even if they didn't win today, they'd still walk away with the series win, and that's important. And that's one thing the Diamondbacks have been able to do. This is their now their 7th series win of the year. They now have more series wins than losses, and again, you got to take the good. They
have more series wins than losses.
That is
all I care about.
They have 7 series wins and 6 series losses. So
I will take it.
Exactly. We'll take whatever we can get.
You know
with
what
this
I won't
team.
take though? I lied to you, and I'm really sorry. I said I was gonna be positive, and I'm about to be really not happy.
No, I want to hear it.
I'm not happy about the way you just touched Derek.
I was looking at his watch. No, I don't think anybody saw it, or maybe they did. Anyway, you know who I really don't like, and I'm ready. You know how Gambo's thing is like get the limo ready or something like that. We need a version of that.
Okay.
So we need to think of that, because I'm ready to put Humberto Castellanos in the limo.
Ooh.
I'm done. Ooh. I've seen enough.
Well,
I have seen enough. I know he's the 5th arm in the rotation, and he's not that important, but I'm done. We need to figure it out. We need somebody else in that spot. We need to find a different pitcher. No more. Humberto, I'm sorry. Thank you for your services. Please get in the limo and exit stage left. I am so tired of your pitching. She's horrible.
She's the decision maker around here.
Do you not agree?
No, I mean, I definitely think Humberto Castellanos is a long reliever. I think he could be a valuable piece of the bullpen.
Put that boy back in the bullpen.
I don't think he is a starting pitcher, and I would like to see somebody with a little bit more longevity. Like the rotation seems so good at times, and the other pieces of it are working. Even Zach Davies has been better than we expected him to be, considering the year that he came off of with the Cubs, and let's be honest, personal issues that he's experienced that have made him look very bad publicly, right? So there's a lot that he's going through, and as a member of the starting rotation, he has had value, but it does feel like at times they're still searching for that 5th arm.
It's not Humberto. I'm so sorry, Humberto. I know you're not even listening to this, and you probably don't care about my opinion.
He's a huge fan of the show, by the way. So you're breaking his heart.
It's time. It's done. I've seen enough. I'm sorry. I've seen enough.
Josh said get the bullpen cart ready, and I think that's an excellent use of the bullpen cart. That's exactly how we should be using it.
Bullpen cart. This isn't even a free promo. I need you to come pick our boy up. You need to get him off the mound and take him back to the bullpen.
Nobody's using it for anything else. We can totally use it to do that.
It's not in use. So I need you to come pick up Humberto and take the bullpen cart and get him out of here, because I'm done. I've had it watching that man pitch on the starting mound.
I will say that there have been times where the starting rotation has looked better. Even Humberto has looked better than, kind of what we expected to see. He pitches to contact, and it just not always successful. The Diamondbacks were able to overcome, his rough start in that comeback win. So that was nice to see. Weren't able to overcome today. Madison Bumgarner going out. Mad Bum gave the Diamondbacks what he's going to give the Diamondbacks. I mean, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to keep them in the game, but he's, those early numbers of him putting up, scoreless outings, I don't think is going to be what we're going to see out of Madison Bumgarner as the season goes on. He's looking a little
tired to me. Like when I see him out there, he looks like he's like half asleep. Like, I feel like he's like lost. And I know he's not a very energetic person to begin with. Like, he's very mellow, like calm, like doesn't speak a lot. Like, it's just very like a person. But when he's out there, I'm like,
Makayla,
Hello, Madison.
the man moonlights as a cowboy. What do you think? You think he actually gets 8 hours of sleep at night? Madison Bumgarner falls asleep for 45 minutes a day while resting against a doorway standing up.
Oh my God, Derek. I literally say I have a theory that Madison Bumgarner sleeps standing up.
Because it's not a theory. It's a practical. That's a practical, logical conclusion.
Horses
right.
sleep standing, and so does Madison.
Yeah, right. Like he probably watches his horses while he's standing up, not sleeping it 45 minutes.
He's like, I feel like he's like
one
lost.
eye open.
Like I know that I never liked the contract that the Diamondbacks gave him to begin with because I thought it was way too much money for a way old player, and I feel like that's playing out before our eyes because I really do feel like he's obviously way past his prime in my opinion, and I really feel like he's lost the Madison Bumgarner that like we revere, and he just looks tired. Like he looks like he just left.
And the bigger thing here is that the Arizona Diamondbacks have made it part of their franchise history of giving pitchers who are past their prime a whole lot of money to come here and play. The problem is that in our history, in our DNA, that's how we won a World Series. And it's not to say Randy Johnson was past his prime or Curt Schilling was past his prime, but that was the gamble they were taking when they brought those guys over at that point in their career. I remember how they basically the upheaval of the entire organization when they brought Curt Schilling in, right? So it's like part of the thing that has worked for them before has been bringing in an older pitcher that was, a superstar in this league that could still, but like you said, it doesn't work. And honestly, it's the reason why we should give them a little credit for not going out and doing a whole lot in free agency this year, because some of the free agency moves that we wanted to make, at least me personally, like Eduardo Escobar, he's not doing great with the Mets, and throwing the amount of money that they would have thrown at him in order to bring him back, would not have been worth it compared to what they're able to do right now, even though they're having struggles at third base, and that's a whole other thing. But the one thing they didn't struggle with today, even in the loss, was the umpires. Actually, there was a very lovely umpire incident today where home plate umpire Alex Tosi left his mic on while he was greeting one of the Mets or Braves players, Adam Duvall, at the plate. And you could hear him, like, obviously Adam Duvall had asked him, like, how are you doing? And he's like, good, you? I'm having a good hair day, is what he said. And we all had a good chuckle in the stadium and hearing the home plate umpire talk about having a good hair day. But what wasn't such a pleasant umpire experience or exchange was what happened in game one, which we talked about a bit. But hey, let's, for fun, on the post-series wrap-up, revisit this fun altercation that caused Torey Lovullo to get tossed out of the game.
This makes me so absurdly upset. Like, Zac Gallen's like,
what did he do?
Like,
what did he do?
What are you gonna do, tough guy? You're literally the umpire of the game, and you're trying to charge the mound. Like, are you seriously kidding me? I love Torey Lovullo getting all of his face right here, as he should. And you can go off, Torey.
And you can see he does. He doesn't say one word to Torey after he tossed him when he walked up and approached him.
Yeah, he has nothing to say.
Look at Torey had all the things that he go. And he's like, and another thing, you parked your car too goddamn close to my car in the parking lot. Tell him he parked his car too close to mine. Tell him he parked it right. But no, Torey. I
can't wait for the lip reading video that's going to come out of this.
We need it, but I will say that the weird thing.
What's his name? Do you know his name? Umpire's name?
It's Libka, John Libka.
Yeah, John Libka. You're on my shit list.
Yep. It's a growing shit list.
Freaking believable.
The one thing I can't get over here is like just what, like right there in this video. What? So Zac Gallen, what did he do there? Like, what did he do there to cause the umpire to come out there? And my other question here is, what did Jose Herrera hear the umpire say or do to jump in front of him like that? Jose Herrera is a young catcher.
Yes.
I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe it's like youthful inexperience and he just wanted to try.
No, I don't think that's it at all, because I think if the umpire was saying something to Zac that like didn't upset Jose and he was just like trying to be like, okay, like, hey, like stop complaining about my balls don't like whatever,
that's enough or something like that.
Just like something that like wasn't very combative. I don't think Jose would have reacted that way, but I think because Jose reacted that way, whatever he was saying was enough to piss Jose enough off that he was like, bro, what are you doing?
At least a red flag enough for him to be like, oh shit, I need to make sure to stop this before it goes too far, right? Like, losing your starting pitcher, as we saw the last time an umpire decided to just like man up and like just have that same Debo energy from Friday, like that's my bike, punk, that kind of energy towards a player. It's a big loss. Not only could it have cost the Diamondbacks that game, then it's a bullpen game, and then you have the bullpen tax for the rest of the series. There's a cascading effect when they do something like that, like toss a starting pitcher early in the game.
There's serious like things that will happen from that. Even when like the first umpire altercation happened and to Madison Bumgarner. The next day when he heard the umpire apologize, Madison, don't apologize to me. Like, apologize to the pitchers that come after me because it all screws with them. But okay, two things here. I have a theory. I think the MLB Umpires Union got together and was like, we are going to mess with the Diamondbacks this year. For whatever reason, we have decided to target the Diamondbacks, and we're going to have the most fuckery happen when we're playing the Diamondbacks, and it's going to be a great show. Everyone's going to love it. Second thing is, never in my life did I know the names of baseball umpires besides Joe West. That was the only umpire name I knew. Now I know two, and now they're both on my shit list. Like, you have to be doing your job so egregiously that I know your name as an umpire. Like, how unprofessional, completely unprofessional that man was to try to charge. Like, I know he wasn't like charging the man, but like to go after Zac Gallen and have his catcher have to stand up to separate them. Are you kidding me? You're there to officiate the game. You're not there to make the game about yourself. You're not there to like have a pissing contest with the pitcher that's on the mound. Get back behind the plate, shut up, and do your job. If the pitcher is complaining about balls and strikes, it's probably because you're not calling them right. So maybe be a little bit like reflective of yourself and say, okay, maybe I need to fix my strike zone a little bit. Like, how unprofessional. I'm sorry, but that was ridiculous. And good for Torey Lovullo. I'm glad Torey Lovullo stuck up for his team because it shows that he has his team's back. And I don't care that he got ejected because that was worth getting ejected for, because that umpire is so dumb, so unprofessional, and has officially been added to my shit list. I'm coming for you.
She's not joking. She's coming for you. But two things to build on her two things. One, I'm very proud of the fact that I get to egg people on by using the umpire that makes a mistakes name in tweets quite often, just to make sure everybody knows exactly who it was. I just want to make sure you remember once again that name was John Libka. That name again was John Libka. And you're right. Like, Torey's energy, when you talk about the umpire's energy, Torey's energy there was, he knew from the minute he ran out there, because I was there at that game, that man sprinted, and I haven't seen Torey Lovullo move that fast in the entire time he's been here as a manager, but that man sprinted out there saying every four-letter word you can imagine, and he knew he was going to get thrown out of that game. But like the energy he had, like how he was emphasizing and how mad he was.
He was mad.
I've rarely seen him like that. I mean, even when he does come out and question a call and approach an umpire, he tends to have a bit calmer of approach than that. He wasn't having it. And like, again, that's the kind of stuff that makes people start tweeting to us that they needed to extend Torey last night. And I don't disagree with you. But of course, we appreciate you guys not only for watching, but for checking out our website over at gophnx.com. If you haven't signed up to become a member already, I have no idea what you're waiting for, but you should try us out. We cover all the Valley sports. I'm not sure if you've heard, and you get a membership that not only can you get an annual membership that will get you a free t-shirt over at the PHNXLocker.com. It will unlock all the wonderful content from our writers here at PHNX, as well as members only discounts over at the PHNX Locker, and access to our members only Discord, which we were having a blast with during last night's game. It was actually fun to chat with everybody and to kind of be there as a family during the Diamondbacks comeback. That was a lot of fun. You can also get the month-to-month option, which will still get you access to all of those membership perks except the free t-shirt, but you will get your first month for just 50 cents if you do go the month-to-month. So regardless of which option you choose, join the PHNX family. Join us over here. We're having a lot of fun, and we need you to be here. Diamondbacks not only are going to be a fun team to watch this summer, but they're offering a pretty damn good deal. And again, this isn't part of our promotion package in any way, shape, or form, but right now they're giving 3 months during the summer for $99 for a ticket package. Go out and support this team. This team is a lot of fun to watch. I think the one thing, like we talked about when we started the show, is this team has not, they don't go away. They fight back. They fight hard. Even when they're down, they're able to come back. And they had a pretty good May, and May has been a pretty bad month for this team historically. They actually come out on top over 500 in the month of May.
So happy.
They went 15-14 this month, their first winning May since 2017. So there's a lot of good things going back to that 2017 season, and pretty sure you guys remember what happened that year. So the D-backs went 5-24 in 2021. 11-17 in 2019, and 8-19 in 2018. So it's a good month. And again, they've been playing that's even with them losing those sweeps to the Dodgers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this season has been leaps and bounds so much better than last season. I actually enjoy watching Diamondbacks games this year, which is something I could not say last year. You couldn't pay me to watch Diamondbacks
like
games
how
last year.
I don't understand how it would be fun. Like I had to get paid and I had to be there because it was part of my job. But like I don't understand how it would be fun because as a fan, like, do I want to see them blow a lead and lose? Or do I want to see them, give up 6 runs in the first inning and not come back and then lose the game by like 10-0, right? Like that seemed to be the two formulas for last season. And that's not fun when you have to watch that for 162 games, right? We've never seen the team be as bad as they were last year. And it's just hard to make you want to, even if you have nothing to do. I'd rather watch a movie I've seen before than see this team lose in a 3-hour baseball game last year.
Yeah, for sure. So hearing those numbers and knowing that they are having a way better May than they had last year, and even the last 2-3 years, all the way back to 2017, is really cool for them too. And even in May, the D-backs had 39 home runs, which was second most in the National League and tied for 4th most overall. They tied with the Astros. So the bats woke up, which is cool to see, because I know at the beginning of the season, you and I were both like, holy shit, where's the bats?
Yeah. Well,
somebody put the Diamondbacks bats on a milk carton because they went missing.
And the home runs too. Like last year, they had 18 home runs in the month of May versus 39 this year. And it feels like that because last year, the long ball just abandoned them altogether. By the way, I have an article coming up on gophnx.com about that and about how important the home runs have been to this team, because it's been a key part of how they've not only been able to stay in games, but these comebacks and everything else. And Charles Woodall Pike in our comments says, I pretty much tapped out in June last year. It's June now. I'm actually interested. And this year, a lot of people put them at winning 65, 66 games, understandably. And, obviously they didn't do much to improve on paper, and they didn't do much to be better than this team last year. I just still don't think people, again, when talking about giving credit, I don't think people give credit for all of the bad that they experienced around this time last year. I mean, 4 out of their 5 starting pitchers were down and injured and not available. So it's like, these are things that people don't factor in. And this team isn't exactly overachieving for what we thought they would be 2 years ago. But I think they're overachieving based on like where that bar was set last year.
Oh yeah. Do you want to know something really sad? It took them until July 7th to win 25 games last year.
That's
July 7th.
That's like a whole other month and a week of, baseball from where we're at right now. And like and this was that stretch too, like May and June. Like after that, they were still a bad baseball team.
Yeah.
But they were just kind of
a little.
Yeah, they was like your typical mediocre bad baseball team. They were historically bad over this stretch last year. And again, it also made it much easier to not pay attention to them because the Suns went much deeper into the playoff run last year, obviously making the championship.
They were so forgotten about.
They were forgotten. It was easy to forget about them. I mean, God, I swear at times when I was at Chase Field, I could hear the cheers coming from the Footprint Center.
But yeah, I mean, it is really great to see. Obviously, they have improved from last year, which is so like, oh my gosh, what a relief that they have gotten better. And like I've been saying this whole season so far, this to me is a very much a wait and see season. So for what this team has been constructed to be, they're doing very much, well, actually, to be completely honest, they're doing a little bit better than what I thought they were going to do. So it's a win in my book. I'm happy with this team right now. Like they have done a little bit better than I thought they were going to do for like how they were constructed and their roster was put together. So I'll take it.
I've talked a lot about how the expectations have changed throughout this season, right? And that's kind of like what you're saying, the wait and see thing. Like when these tests, there'll be a road trip, there'll be a series against the Dodgers. You kind of want to see like, all right, well, this kind of seems like a tough, test for this team. At times they completely shit the bed, obviously, with the Dodgers series. Like I like the fact that Lovullo says, I don't want to take any moral victories away from like staying close in those games. And that's something I've been guilty of saying about them, because I'm like, well, except for the 2 blowouts, like they were 1 or 2 runs back in every game. So they hung with the Dodgers. Well, did they, or did the Dodgers just do enough constantly to beat the Diamondbacks throughout those 2 4-game series, right? So it's like you can take away the moral victories as much as you want, but realistically, those tests are a reminder of, once again, like I said, where they're at in the NL West still. But I mean, shit, it's a long season, and nobody expected the Braves to do what they did last year. So really what it comes down to is the team coming together, believing in themselves, and playing baseball at a certain high level.
Yeah.
And we've seen them capable of that,
Yeah.
but they just don't do it consistently.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the bats are awake like we were hoping they would be. The bats are awake. The starting pitching is fumbling a little bit, but for the most part, they're holding it together the best they can. So if we can get Humberto on a bullpen cart and drive him back to the bullpen, I think the starting pitching is gonna. I think that they are gonna continue to be good. The bats are awake. The defensive errors need to stop. Ketel Marte, I'm looking at you. If I see you commit one more error, I'm done. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think, I think they're doing pretty well. And I think there are some things that they could still clean up and improve on. But aside from the occasional defensive errors and a horrible pitching performance from Humberto, I'm pretty happy.
Humberto, go to the local dispensary. Get her some OG's gummies and maybe she'll change her mind. She's a big fan, as you should be too. Not Humberto, you have baseball to play. Now I'm just saying deliver them to her. But the rest of you, go stop by your local dispensary and grab some amazing scratch-made THC gummies from our friends at OG's. They are amazing. They have a wide variety of flavors and dosages. The doses are the important thing, right? You want to go 10 milligrams, which is their normal dose, or if you want to try something much lighter that might not be so heavy for first time user, you can go with their microdose as well, 3 milligrams. And they also have the
microdose are my favorite. Sorry, I have to plug the microdose. Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
I get it because
so good.
Some people, again, it's the people laugh at this because they really think it's I never sound like more like Hunter S. Thompson when I'm like, once you buy the ticket, you take the ride. But once you buy the ticket, you take the ride, right? So you gotta know what ride you're taking and make sure you know that you can't
ride.
untake
I never want to get off.
She doesn't, but definitely the microdose is the way to go for you to try out. And they have not only a variety of flavors like blackberries and cream and watermelon, but they also have a variety of strains. They have an uplifting sativa, chill indicas. They even have hybrids as well. So if you're interested in trying the amazingly delicious variety of flavors that OG's Brands has to offer, go to ogsbrands.com. That's OGEEZbrands.com to find OG's near you.
I love OGs.
I love OGs, absolutely. And I love looking at the upcoming schedule for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Well, I mean, we won the series against Atlanta. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates. I was really excited about playing the Pirates. And now, Makayla, not so much. Anymore. Not so much after seeing what they've done to the Dodgers. Honestly, the Dodgers are we talked about it yesterday. They're terrible against teams from the state of Pennsylvania. But for some reason, we were kind of licking our chops a little bit at this upcoming series with the Pirates, followed by the Cincinnati Reds after that, and then a series with the Phillies after that. So pretty long road trip.
And the Reds again.
And then the Reds again. At home,
but
at home. Again. Then the Twins, and they don't really have anybody that should give them too much trouble until we see the Padres on June 20th in San Diego. So
we got the Tigers and then the Rockies, and I just say somebody commented that they should win 80% of their series until September, and I was like,
that's just because that's when they see the Dodgers next. But remember, this Pirates team, they gave the Padres a hard time. They beat the Rockies in a 3-game series, and they have won this series already against the Dodgers.
I feel like they
6-5 and 5-3.
I feel like they heard me. They heard me
Pirates?
talking crap. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was on this show, and I was like, we're gonna steamroll the Pirates and the Reds. If they don't sweep that series, I'm gonna be so disappointed. And the Pirates are like, you know what?
Like,
and I took that personally.
How dare you?
And they're like, we're gonna beat the Dodgers. We're gonna get hot at the right moment, and we're gonna come in there. We're gonna crap stomp the D-backs, and we're gonna do it all in spite of Makayla Perkins. And now I'm scared. Now I'm worried.
That's the thing. Charles says the AZ sports vibe gives me terrible feelings about this road trip because it feels like a trap. It's always a trap. Everything's a trap.
Being an Arizona sports fan, we can never relax.
No, and we can never have nice things either. We know that, but we do have a nice thing in Ketel Marte, who extended his hitting streak to 14 games today, and he is our DraftKings king of this series. 4 for 6 in this series, had a bunch of walks, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, and again, reached that. It's career. That's my fault because I sent that wrong, but it's now a career high 14-game hitting streak. So Ketel Marte, take a bow because he has been incredible for this team. He's back to being what this team needed to be. Unfortunately, he was the only guy kind of getting on base and doing things today, but a big part of this offense and just a huge reason why this team, signed him is because he's been one of the most consistent batters on this team, and he seems to be back to that.
Hi, Cattell. Welcome back. We missed you.
Oh, we missed you so much, Cattell.
Thank you so much for returning.
He has
stop making dumb defensive errors.
It's the longest active hitting streak, or fourth longest active hitting streak in baseball, behind Trey Turner, Paul Goldschmidt, sad face,
don't even,
and Brendan Rodgers from the Colorado, who I think might have not gotten a hit today, but I'm not sure. But it might be the third longest active streak. He does have another chance, though, because I guess it wouldn't be active. The Rockies have a double header with the Marlins, and I'm sure they don't want to see them again this afternoon after what they did this morning to them. But at least that means the Diamondbacks aren't the worst team in the division, kiddos, and that's, again, a good thing, right?
It is a good thing.
Unless you're Makayla, who likes both of the teams who are at the bottom.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Go D-backs.
Yeah, go D-backs. But go Cattell Marte, our DraftKings King of the Series. And just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, make sure to go sign up for the DraftKings Sportsbook just in time for the NBA Finals. Yes, I know. Again, it's sad boy hours. And then once we get past the NBA Finals, we can get back to hot girl summer. But
hot girl summer. Let's go.
I mean, I don't know. The Boston Celtics or the Golden State Warriors, I don't care. You shouldn't either, because as
two flying craps about either of those teams.
That's right.
I hope they both lose.
Yeah, can they just?
I hope they both lose.
Can it be a vacated title like in wrestling?
Yeah.
Because I like that. But new customers, you don't have to like either team. All you have to do is bet $5 on either one of them, and you will get $150 in free bets instantly. It doesn't even matter if they win. If you're looking to turn a small bet into a big payday during the NBA Finals, you can get down with the same game parlays. Create your own parlay by combining multiple factors like who will win, who will score, the amount of assists, the amount of rebounds, all sorts of stuff. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Just a reminder, a DraftKings customer placed a $5 same game parlay this season and won over $5,000. So you never know when that could be you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use our promo code of PHNX. Make any $5 bet during the NBA Finals, and you will get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code PHNX only at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 and over only, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Dial 100 next step. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. That's all I got, Mac. I mean,
that's all you got for me?
That's all I got. The Diamondbacks have an off day tomorrow, so I don't know what we're going to do with ourselves. Hopefully, Cooper Hummel will join us, and we'll have that interview for you on Sunday's show.
Hopefully he's not as nervous. I don't want him to visibly shake during the interview.
Not with this guy. Not with this guy. But of course, we thank you guys. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Cap_caveman with a K. Makayla is at Makayla E. Perkins. The show
E for electric.
E for electric. And also you can follow the show at PHNX_DBacks, but all roads lead to at PHNX_sports, which this one over here is responsible for and does a fantastic job running it, by the way. If you're listening to us right now on your favorite audio podcasting app, please subscribe to us if you haven't done so already and leave us a 5-star review. Then go over to the YouTube channel, or if you're watching us there now, subscribe to the PHNX Sports channel, sign up for notifications. That way you don't miss any of the content coming out from us or any of the other beats when we go live. You get a notification. You can drop what you're doing, emergency pods, post series, all this kind of stuff. Join us for everything going on. Kyler is back for the Cardinals. Make sure to check out the PHNX Cardinals to see what they have talking about over there as well. So we appreciate you guys being members of the family. Of course, go over to DraftKings Sportsbook, use that code of PHNX, sign up at gophnx.com for a membership, and get yourself some OG's gummies, and they'll be your favorite thing, just like this one over here. But of course, we thank you guys so much for checking out the show. On behalf of Makayla and myself, we appreciate your time. And remember, kids, baseball is fun, but it's so much more fun when you beat the Braves. Woo!